Okay, we're going to jump right in today because this is really important. Think of this as a public service announcement for basically anyone who uses Google Chrome. So if that's you, and it probably is, you're definitely going to want to stick around for the next few minutes. This is a big one.
So let me just ask you a question, straight up. Is your browser, your main portal to the entire internet, is it actually secure at this very moment? You might think so, but the answer could be no, and that's exactly why we're talking about this today.
So here's what happened. On April 1st, Google had to scramble and push out an emergency patch. And let me be clear, this wasn't some routine update with cool new features. Nope, this was a targeted, all-hands-on-deck fix for a pretty nasty security hole that hackers were already using.
Now, to really understand just how serious this is, we need to talk about a term you hear a lot in the cybersecurity world. So what in the world is a zero-day threat?
A zero-day exploit is pretty much the definition of a surprise attack in the digital world. It means the bad guys found a flaw and are already launching attacks with it before the good guys, the developers, even know it exists or have a chance to fix it. They've had literally 0 days to get a patch ready. And that, you can imagine, puts everyone at risk immediately. So, the specific kind of zero-day we're dealing with here is called a use-after-free bug. And I know, that sounds super technical and maybe a little confusing, but the concept is actually way simpler than it sounds.
And this is the perfect way to think about it. Imagine your computer's memory is like an apartment building. A program uses an apartment for a bit, and then it tells the system, okay, I'm done, and moves out. A use-after-free bug is like a really bad landlord who doesn't bother to clean the place out, and instead just hands the key over to the next tenant. Well, what if that new tenant is a hacker? Now they can rummage through all the sensitive stuff, private files, passwords, you name it, that the last tenant left behind. Not good.
Okay, let's put a name to the face. Every one of these vulnerabilities gets a unique tracking number, and this one's official designation is CVE 2026-5281. Let's dig into what that actually means for you and me.
And when you lay out the details like this, it becomes crystal clear. We see it's that use-after-free bug we just talked about. We see its severity is rated as high. But the part that should really make you sit up and pay attention is that last line. The impact is remote code execution.
So what does remote code execution actually mean? This is the really scary part. It's not just about a hacker stealing your data. It means they could just, by tricking you into visiting a compromised website, run their software right on your machine. It's basically like they've kicked down your digital front door and can do whatever they want inside your house.
And here it is. This is the sentence straight from Google's own security bulletin that tells you everything you need to know exists in the wild. That's the code phrase for, this is not a test. It's not a theoretical problem. It means active, real-world attacks are happening to Chrome users right now because of this flaw.
Okay, so I know all of that sounds pretty grim, but, and this is a big but, here is the good news. Protecting yourself is incredibly easy. Seriously, it'll take you less than 60 seconds. Let's just walk through it right now.
Seriously, you can do this while you're listening. Open up Chrome. In the top right corner, click on those 3 little vertical dots. Go down to Help, then click on About Google Chrome. That's it. A new tab will pop up and it'll automatically check for the update. You're looking for version 146.0.7680.178 or anything higher. If you're not on that version, it'll start downloading, and then all you have to do is hit that relaunch button. Boom, you're done. You're now protected.
Now, while you're doing that, it's worth taking a step back to look at the bigger picture here. Because this vulnerability, well, it's not some random isolated event. It's actually part of a pretty worrying trend.
4. That's the magic number. This is the 4th actively exploited zero-day vulnerability that Google has had to race to patch for Chrome just this year. 4 major in-the-wild threats, and we're only a few months into the year. That really shows you just how relentless these attacks are becoming.
And just look at this timeline. It really drives the point home. We had 1 in February, then 2 in March, and now this one in April. It's a constant game of whack-a-mole. And it's exactly why keeping your software updated isn't just, a good suggestion. It's an absolutely essential habit for staying safe online.
And hey, if you needed any more proof of how big a deal this is, the top cybersecurity agency in the US government, it's called CISA. They have literally ordered all federal civilian agencies to get this patch installed by April 15th. When the feds issue a mandate like that, you know it's serious business.
One last really crucial point. This isn't just about Google Chrome.
You see, lots of other popular browsers, Microsoft Edge, Brave, Opera, Vivaldi, a ton of them, are all built on the same foundation, which is called Chromium. That means they could be vulnerable too. So if you use one of those browsers, keep your eyes peeled for their security updates and install them as soon as they drop.
So, we'll leave you with this one last thought to chew on. Your web browser. It's your key to the entire internet. Updating your browser when a flaw like this is discovered, well, that's like changing the locks on your front door. So the question is, knowing there are bad guys out there with a copy of the old key, when was the last time you changed your locks? Stay safe out there.